clash. The build-up for the showdown between the nation's two top-ranked teams was almost unbelievable. An Oklahoma record crowd and a national television audience of 44 million, called the largest ever to watch a regular season collegiate game, chose sides.
I think Oklahoma's going to work there.
The game of the decade was easy to imagine. It was a match involving the nation's top offense and leading defense. No team had come closer than 2 touchdowns to either all season.
They were number 1, all right. Number 1 and number 2, and it was the game of the century. The heyday for Big 8 football. I called the game that cold afternoon in 1971 along with my friend and colleague, Bud Wilkinson, the legendary Oklahoma coach. Bud was in a particularly awkward position as a journalist that day, trying to remain impartial, yet feeling Sooner crimson down deep. And that was, after all, that afternoon, no average football game. It was for a bowl game bid, the national championship, and most importantly, bragging rights.
Okay, listen up. Oakley here is filling in for ball tonight.
For 3 years, Bill Oakley took orders. But tonight, he's got to stand up and take charge.
You make America work.
Here's to you, the clean, crisp taste of Beechwood-aged Budweiser. For all the guys who know it's not what you say, but what you do.
Avoid the Noid with the Domino's Pizza Guarantee. We guarantee your pizza will be delivered within 30 minutes or you get $3 off your order. Guaranteed. And we guarantee your pizza will taste great. If you're not satisfied with your pizza, we'll replace it or refund your money. Only our pizza is guaranteed to avoid the Noid. Domino's Pizza delivers. Call now.
If a phone call could help dramatically improve your golf game, would you make that call? If a phone call would make you a much better skier, would you make the call? If a simple call could help you lose weight and keep it off without dieting, would you then make that call? If your answer was yes to any of those questions, call Cybervision right now and ask for our free catalog. Cybervision is a revolutionary new technique for self-improvement developed in conjunction with Stanford University. Now, by calling Cybervision, you can carefully examine for yourself everything Cybervision has to offer. If golf is your game, we have programs featuring Stockton, Irwin, Guyberger, Sheehan, and the legendary Bobby Jones. If you're a skier, see why 3-time Olympic gold medal winner Jean-Claude Killy calls Cybervision the world's most effective learning technology. Even improve your tennis game with Stan Smith. Cybervision offers a 60-day, no-risk, money-back guarantee. Call now and order our colorful catalog absolutely free. Call 1-800-225-3030 and discover the world of Cybervision.
And here it is. This is an opportunity for the real Big Red to stand up. After 60 minutes, we'll know what team is at the top of the spot. Nebraska in white. They have their scarlet football pants. Oklahoma on the right with crimson jerseys and white pants. We hope you're watching in color, you're comfortable, and as soon as that ball is touched, the game will be underway. Johnny Rogers in his own end zone, 5, 10, 15, 20, coming out to the 25, and he was denied about 5 yards of his average kickoff return. Okay, Bud, we're ready as we look at the Nebraska line. Cox and List to the end, with White and Johnson the tackles, Worthman and Rupert the guard, Dumler is the center. While in the backfield, Jerry Taggy, number 14, a great rusher, 35, Jeff Kenney, the fullback, Bill Old, 44, and Johnny Rogers, number 20. Watch for him. At the moment, he's just outside the near side tackle. We have Cox also outside, so from the 26-yard line, first down, Nebraska, Jerry Taggy. And his very first pass is completed to Johnny Rogers.
I was really a little surprised, Chris. It is a strong wind from the right of your screen to the left of the screen. Oklahoma, however, with the potent offense, having won the toss, chose to kick the ball, taking the wind, rather than to unleash their own wishbone.
A beautiful 7-yard gain, so second down and 3. There you see the wind. It's dying down just a bit, the little gust from the 33-yard line. Nebraska, Jerry Taggy, number 14. And to the deep back, it's Jeff Kenney, who is stopped after a yard gain. And it's done by Mark Driscoll, number 59, who is joined by 43 Aycock, 81 Claus. In the linebacker positions, we have Raymond Hamilton and Lionel Day as the ends. Moore and Selman are the tackles defensively, with Pope, Roach, Shelley, and O'Shaughnessy in the defensive backfield. No gain on the play, so it's 3rd down and 3. The real test for the Nebraska defense right off. Rogers to the far side. Baggy. And a 2-yard gain. It doesn't appear that they made it, so the Oklahoma defense, which hasn't received much publicity because of the potent offense of the Wishbone, have done their job, with Aycock leading the defensive move at about the 35, Bud.
We're going to have a measurement, Chris, but quite positive you called it correctly. Oklahoma's defense this afternoon will play a very much of an attacking pattern of play. By that, I know that they feel that they must force Nebraska to make it across the line of scrimmage, and when you are forcing everything, you're vulnerable to the big gains, but Nebraska will have the ball all day if you don't play it that way.
All right. Now in the punt for Nebraska. We have number 26, Jeff Hughes. John Shelley is deep for the Oklahoma Sooners in the area of the 28-yard line. He's looking at the ball. It takes a bounce in reverse, and finally, very wisely, downed at the 32-yard line by Doug Dumler, who snapped the ball. A 32-yard punt, and now with the wind to their back after stopping Nebraska. Nebraska moved the ball 9 yards. We're forced to punt, and there's the offensive line for the Sooners. Jack Mildren, the cornerback. Roy Bell is starting instead of junior Joe Wiley, a sensation, but you'll see him later. And the real sensation, number 30, Greg Pruitt. Byron Crosswhite, number 17, is the fullback. Here's the Wishbone now. 1st and 10 for the Sooners, with the ball at the 33. And Leon Crosswhite, number 17, carried on the play. All-American Larry Jacobson, number 75, and Glover, number 79 in white, made the stop.
Let's watch Glover. We had him on against Brahaney just before we kicked the ball off, and he's defeating Brahaney here and making the tackle of Crosswhite.
2 All-Americans having a battle up front. Let's see them now. They're head-to-head right there. Almost looks illegal. As we're on a 2nd down and 8 from the 35. Mildren trying to pull away, but couldn't. Jack Mildren is number 45, Bob Carriot, who has made more solo tackles on the Nebraska defensive unit than any of the players. This program is being brought to you as a special exclusive of ABC Sports. Let's pause 5 seconds for local station identification. All right, number 45 in white, Bob Carriot. Tim Welch is in at fullback for Oklahoma. 3rd and 7 for the Sooners. And the Wishbone is being effectively defensed by the Nebraska unit. Mildren carrying, and Jim Branch, number 51 in the white jersey, made the stop right at about the 38-yard line. It'll be 4th down and 5, Bud.
As the ball is snapped, Nebraska has 11 men coming toward that line of scrimmage, and they're going to be a little vulnerable for the play-action passes that operate off the Wishbone fake.
Joe Wiley back to punt. Johnny Rogers, number 20. He returns punts as well as kickoffs. It's high in the air, which is what Wiley wanted to do, so there'd be kick coverage, and Rogers gets away. Look at that. Johnny Rogers. Look at the move by that sensational player, a native of Omaha, and he is gone. Bob Carriot drew the last block that got Johnny Rogers into the Oklahoma end zone, and Nebraska, number 1, leads 6-0 after about 75 yards.
Let's watch him again. He's one of the most exciting backs I've ever seen. That's one man that's hit him. He's almost on the ground. 2 men. He gets by the 3rd man. Now he breaks up the middle, using his head and shoulders to fake. There he's to the outside, and that last fine block, and it's home free.
So now the point after attempt by Rich Sanger with number 14, Jerry Taggy holding. Here is the kick to make it 7-0. The marker is down. The kick was through the uprights, but apparently, hold the phone now, as the referee was joined by the umpire, John Kick. Offside against Oklahoma, needless to say. Jerry Taggy will get the final chat with the referee. The moment, however, gave a timeout here at On Field in Norman, Oklahoma.
smartest shopper are you. Be honest. How do you know which TV to buy, which microwave, which refrigerator, when you're faced with all the different models and different prices?
I find it's very confusing to shop.
Very frustrating.
Confusing.
I know nothing about stereos that I'm supposed to buy today.
Cut through the confusion before you go shopping. Call this toll-free number for Consumer Reports' 1988 Buying Guide issue. It's yours free with your paid subscription to Consumer Reports, the magazine smart consumers turn to, whether they're shopping for a new car or a new phone.
I wish I'd have had this before I bought one of my other phones, because I wouldn't have bought it.
Call to get 12 monthly issues, including our latest product reports and the year-end buying guide issue when published, plus the 1988 buying guide issue and the medicine show, free with your paid subscription, all for just $18.
It's one of the very few objective sources of information you can get.
Call 1-800-544-1000.
It's the final race of the season. A must-win for NASCAR champion Dale Earnhardt to match a record in motorsports history. The Atlanta Journal 500, live Sunday afternoon on ESPN.
What moment in the game, John, do you recall most?
My first field goal. I think it was right after Johnny Rodgers on the infamous punt return. Went out there, I don't know where, I know we were on, let me see, the north end zone. I was kicking into the north end zone. And I remember going out there, and Jack was the holder at the time, and he said, "You ready?" I said, "Ready as I'll ever be." And I kicked it through, and it was just, you know, it was, I got goosebumps because that was the first, our first score.
Yes.
So we were retaliating, so it made me feel real good.
First that day you had so many highlights, but is there one?
Oh, I think the time right before the half, Chris, is the most exciting moment in the sense that we were running out of time, and John Harrison, who's such a dear friend and I was so fond of and such a great player here, we took a shot on a long pass, and John made a catch. He actually had to come back for the ball, and the defensive guy had him covered, but John had the ability to come back, and then we don't have time to get the signal from the sidelines. We're running out of time. John comes running across the field and says, "I'm going to the corner." And he ends up making a catch in the southeast corner and puts Oklahoma ahead for the first time. And Jerry has informed me that that was the first time that Nebraska had been behind all year. So it was a real momentum builder for us, and that was an exciting event in a time. And John and I worried about, wonder what he's going to say to us as we go in the locker room.
That's what was going to be my next question.
The play wasn't called, and they all are. They all were. And so we were a little nervous that someone was going to crack down on us as we went in the dressing room, but I don't remember anything said of any being too harsh anyway.
Nebraska is looking for its first down of the game, but they did have a 72-yard punt return for the touchdown. Here it is. They get it. Jerry Taggy of Green Bay, Wisconsin, a senior quarterback, 6'2", 215 pounds, gets more than enough as the ball is dead at the Oklahoma 44. First down.
The first quarter statistics, great tribute to the Oklahoma defense, holding Nebraska to 25 total yards. Oklahoma making 96 total yards, and Oklahoma keeping possession of the ball, but the great punt return by Johnny Rodgers is the difference, with Nebraska leading 7-3.
In a double wing formation with Frosty Anderson split wide to the far side from the 44, first down. Nebraska with the ball. Taggy. Taggy throwing deep to Rodgers. Rodgers covered on the play by Steve O'Shaughnessy, number 18. And let me tell you, Taggy threw that ball about 60 yards in the air. Second down and 10 for Nebraska at the 44 of Oklahoma. 7-3 the score, Nebraska. Nice fake by Taggy. Flips it then at the last moment to Kenny. Little action in the backfield that time, Bud.
They had all of the fakes. He started down the line, and when Rodgers comes over the ball, believe me, that makes the defense pay very sharp attention. Good execution of the option by Taggy also after making a fine fake to Rodgers.
That was a 7-yard gain and brings up a third down and 3 in the choir-like huddle. This is the nation's #1 team, Nebraska. Cox, 32 to the far side. Coming to the near side, Rodgers, and as a slot man to the far side is Kenny. Single setback. He carries the ball and gets the first down 215-pound junior Bill Olds from Kansas City, Kansas. First down. Second of the game for Nebraska, and we're in the second quarter with 13:59 to go. For those of you that just joined us, it's 7-3, Nebraska leading.
Haycock again, the middle linebacker, moving away from the Nebraska center, Dumler, and then coming back in. But when you're moving laterally and the ball carrier is moving ahead, usually the ball carrier wins the battle and knocks the linebacker back.
From the slot I, Taggy fakes and throws down the middle. Looked to be Woody Cox, number 32. Wait till we see the jersey. Correction, it's number 20, Johnny Rogers.
That's one of the best executions. Here's the pass, and he was not blocked at all on the play. Taggy stood in there and threw that perfect strike.
Johnny Rogers, who had caught 45 passes coming into the game, 10 touchdowns by way of passing and 5 by way of running. He's got 1 touchdown today on a punt return. First and 10 from the 19 now. Slot I again, Taggy. And mixing up the plays to both sides of the field. Nerlin Moore, number 97, in on the tackle for the Oklahoma defense that is really being tested now. This drive started at the Nebraska 46 as Pruitt fumbled the ball.
And Nebraska is making about 5 or 6 yards on first down each time. And when you come in there second down and 5 or second down and 4, it really puts all of the pressure on the defense.
And the drive being sustained keeps the ball away from the nation's #1 offense. On 2nd and 5, Jeff Kenny of McCook, Nebraska, number 35, stopped. Riz Deloney, one of the players, along with number 66, Lionel Day of Houston, Texas. Play is stopped at the 12-yard line, so it'll be 3rd down and 3. 3rd and 3. 7-3, the score, Nebraska leading, coming up to the 12-minute mark of the first half. Nebraska in white, Oklahoma, if you're watching in color, in the crimson jersey. The slot I again to the near side of the field. What faking by Taggy.
Strong, Chris. For a quarterback, 6'2", 215 pounds, he runs like a tailback.
There he is with part of his jersey torn. But nevertheless, he carried the ball to the 5 of Oklahoma. Many banners here at Owen Field in Norman. The sun trying to peek through again. 1st and goal now for the Cornhuskers. And Jeff Kenny carried on the play. Kenny, the #1 rusher for the Cornhuskers with 807 yards and 12 touchdowns, gets it down to about the 1.
Fine job of checking signals again by Taggy. He'll automatic at the line of scrimmage about half the time. He picked the hole there.
This drive started at the Nebraska 46. Second and goal. Jeff Kenny, touchdown, Nebraska, 13-3. And for Kenny, it's his 13th touchdown of the year. The senior from McCool, Nebraska. Keith Wardman and Al Austin blocking on the right side of the line, helping him to get in an up and over play. Touchdown came at 11:09 of the second quarter. And that drive.
When you're at the game, wear what the pros wear. When you warm up, wear what the pros wear. When you take time out, wear what the pros wear. Only the authentic NFL Pro line brings you the same gear NFL players and coaches use from the people who make it. NFL tested, NFL tough. Coaches caps by Sports Specialties and AJD with a mark of a winner. Heavyweight sweats by Starter and Champion. Built to take it when you put on the miles or when you're pumping up. Coaches shirts and shorts by Starter and Bike, the way you want to look. Now you can have it all for any NFL team. The authentic NFL Pro line.
Wear what the pros wear.
It's all in the NFL Pro line catalog. For your copy, send $1 to NFL Pro Line, 10812 Alder Circle, Dallas, Texas, 75238.
14-3. There you see the ball teed up with the wind to their back. Stenger's kick comes, and it's looked at by Greg Pruitt. And incidentally, with the sun out, you look right into the sun as Pruitt was trying to field the ball.
And here's the scoring play, climaxing the Nebraska 54-yard drive. Shaggy turning, giving the ball to Kinney as Olds leads him into the line. Kinney up and over into the end zone for the score.
And in order for Oklahoma to win today, their offense has to keep trying to puncture the Nebraska defense. Nothing held back today, and let's see what the Sooners can do now. 1st and 10 from the 20. Mildren on the wishbone. But as Mildren saw the defensive moves unfolding, he flipped out to Pruitt, but Jim Anderson, number 18 of Nebraska, was not fooled.
Theoretically, you can move the ball with the running play no matter what the defense is doing, but Nebraska is closing their 4 secondary men, Mason, Kosh, Blaha, and Anderson, so quickly that I believe Oklahoma's going to have to hit some passes if they're going to move against this great Nebraska defense.
2nd down and 10 from the 20. And there is Leon Crosswhite, who injured himself earlier, but is back in. Blahak made the tackle at the 45, make it the 44, as Leon Crosswhite went 22 yards and a 1st down. And on this next play, 1st and 10 from the 44, the Sooners get up near midfield, trailing 14-3, coming up to the 10-minute mark of the first half. Mildren, carrying the ball, comes up to the 49, so it'll be 2nd down and 5 as Blahak and Jensen make the tackle. The ball actually between the hash marks, 48 and 49. Oklahoma on the left. Harrison stuck to the near side. And they just keep trying with that rushing aspect of the wishbone. Crosswhite again, stalled by Bob Terrio.
Same play that Crosswhite broke a moment ago, but this time Terrio does not overrun it. Watch your number 45. Instead of overrunning it, he closes and is right on the tackle. Beautiful form. Shoulder in, legs apart, good balance, leg drive.
Dutton is in a tackle replacing Jansen on 3rd and 5 from the 49. Jack Mildren gets the 1st down. One of the beauties of the wishbone unfolding is Blahak and Branch make the stop at the Nebraska 44.
One of the reasons Oklahoma has moved the ball so well all year is that the back that the quarterback fakes to then becomes a blocking back. And Crosswhite, after faking to the ball, can go in and block. The lead halfbacks, Pruitt and Wiley, block exceptionally well, and the timing of where they are in relationship to the ball is very tough for the defense.
From the 44 of Nebraska, 1st down, Oklahoma. Crosswhite angling off across the 40. A moment ago, you saw the Texas A&M score. Texas leading 28-0, which appears that Texas will be going into the Cotton Bowl, and that means the Liberty Bowl to be seen on ABC December 20th, the night of the 20th. It'll be Tennessee, Arkansas. Great battle. And the Sugar Bowl features Oklahoma and Auburn. So now from the 39, after a 5-yard gain, 2nd and 5. And Pruitt meets a group of Cornhuskers.
He's a great runner, one of the most effective men in college football, but if there is no room to run, Chris, almost all the backs look alike.
And there you see the yardage situation. 3rd down. Ball is at the 37. 3rd down, and let's call it 3. Nebraska leading 14-3 with 7:44 to go in the first half. Mildren, 1st down for Oklahoma. And boy, when things do break with the wishbone, they happen in a hurry.
What he did was just juke him with the fake of the pitch. He turned upfield. 2 men could have made the tackle. I believe that it was Mason and Kosh coming in on him. But that little bit of the fake of the pitch to Pruitt, and they ignored Mildren as he cut between them.
An effective runner, as you saw. He's an adequate passer, a boy with quick hands and feet. And he has, in most cases, made the correct decisions under pressure. And there's the stiffest pressure that anybody could face in the Nebraska defense out here this afternoon. 1st and 10 at the 25 of Nebraska, Oklahoma with the ball. Harrison, 12 at the bottom of your screen. But that is just beautifully executed. Glover, 79, 27, Blahak.
And this is the quarterback counter that Oklahoma has not run so far this year. Mildren will make a quick fake to the right of your screen, and Glover will move with the first fake, and Mildren simply slips out around, and that fake helped Rahaney's block as he turned Glover very effectively here.
Boy, 2 All-Americans, 54 in the red jersey, Brahaney of Oklahoma, 79, Glover.
The crowd's cheering, Chris, but if I were Chuck Fairbanks, I'd rather been a foot short and had one more down.
All right. The ball is at the 15 of Nebraska. First down, and we have 7:03 to go in the first half. 14-3, Nebraska leading.
I come in the dressing room, and I was not real happy about it. I had a short interview when I was coming off the field, and I got in the dressing room just a moment or two late, and I saw our end coach, a fellow by the name of Bill Thornton, who'd been a great football player for us at Nebraska, and he had an end, Willie Harper, who was later an All-American, a great end, and he had Willie Harper up against the locker, and he was banging Willie up against the locker, and he said, "I told you, you play the pitch." Because just before the half, they'd been giving us trouble with Mildren carrying the football, cutting inside, so Harper got tired of this, and so instead of staying out there to play the pitch, he come in and tackled Mildren. Mildren tossed the ball out the halfback, and they scored just at the end of the half on an option play with the halfback carrying the ball that Willie should have covered. And I can remember that, and I thought, well, Bill was doing a good enough job getting them ready or stirred up a little, so I didn't get too violent with them. I just told him that we had played a fairly good offensive game, but that our defensive football was very poor, and that we had to pick it up the second half, or we were going to be in real... We were behind the pass.
Why do you invest with Charles Schwab, America's largest discount broker?
With Schwab's 24-hour service, I can call anytime, day or night, and they do save me money.
I like cutting my commission costs in half at Schwab. Wouldn't you?
Because Schwab helps me instead of trying to sell me.
At Schwab, I get my trades confirmed while I'm still on the phone. And over the years, my commission savings have been substantial.
Schwab's the largest discount broker, and I'll tell you why. Great service.
I like the whole idea behind Schwab. The more you save on commissions when you buy and sell stock, the more you have to invest.
I invite you to find out more about Schwab today. We drive down commission costs for the independent investor, and we do it with a level of service that you'll really appreciate.
For your free Schwab booklet, call toll-free 800-372-3000. That's 800-372-3000. Call Schwab now.
December is packed with live sports surprises on ESPN. NFL showdowns every Sunday night. The world's finest tennis players at the Nabisco Masters. Sensational college basketball shootouts. ESPN's December delivers the SeaWorld Holiday Bowl. 2 special events featuring the world's greatest golfers. Plus, World Cup skiing, NHL excitement, and a special look back at this year in sports. All in December on the ESPN.
I was concerned at halftime. I was concerned that we had scored easy. We had scored by the pass, and we weren't a passing team. And I was concerned that Nebraska had done the best job of defending our outside option plays. And I was on the sideline, and I couldn't quite see what was going on and how they were doing it. I couldn't understand, well, how can they stop us from going outside with our best play when nobody's been able to do this? And I talked to Barry Switzer. Barry was calling plays in the press box for me, and Barry was telling me what was happening. He said, "Coach, it's not any good. They got us defense." I said, "I don't believe it." Well, when he explained it to me at halftime, I understood what they were doing. We started running some countering type stuff because they were pursuing so fast from the inside and taking our outside plays away from us. Mildren made some key plays in the game with counters, quarterback counters, misdirection type plays. But at halftime, I was concerned about that because I didn't want them to take our best play away from us. And the second thing I was concerned about is that we had scored too easy. Nebraska was playing better than we were, and we had scored and got ahead of them.
2nd and 5 with Nebraska leading 21-17, 6:44 to go in the third quarter.
as they keep picking up that big yardage on first down, which makes it very difficult to defend them and stop them.
Cox and Rogers are to the far side. And that's what Bud Wilkinson was referring to as Nebraska moves closer to midfield. Jeff Kinney carrying the ball this time up to about the 49 and very close, but apparently not close enough for a measurement. Yes, now the official indicates that he would like a measurement, and the head linesman comes in. Wendell Winkler and his crew. First down. Nebraska at the 49, their own 49.
And Nebraska's use of the I slot in this half has picked up their offense tremendously. Oklahoma's defense has not been able to contend nearly as well with the I slot inside running as they have with the rest of the Nebraska attack.
Nebraska sends Woody Cox and Rogers to this side of the field, or the wide side, from their own 49 first down. They lead 21-17. Kenny and Damkroger are the setbacks. Kenny going wild here in the second half. Mark Driscoll making the stop on Jeff Kenny from McCook, Nebraska, number 35. And the Cornhuskers, showing their might, have moved to the 36 of Oklahoma, Bud.
That extra step of speed, John Shelley was coming up on a perfect inside angle. Kenny saw him coming, just turned on that little extra burst and was able to break right past him.
Jeff Kinney, 5.8 average, 92 total yards on 16 carries. He's number 35. First down from the Oklahoma 36. What a catch by Johnny Rogers. Keith Cope covering on the play as Rogers tried to juke and get more yardage, but the completion moves Nebraska to the Oklahoma 16, a gain of 20 yards.
Watch Rogers as he breaks down the field in the outside pattern. Taggy was running when he threw that ball, and he laid it right on target.
This drive started at the 39 of Nebraska. They now are at the Oklahoma 16. Rogers to the far side on a wide slot position, just inside the split end Woody Cox. Jeff Kinney, 59 in the red jersey is Mark Driscoll, and 43 is Steve Aycock. Two Oklahoma linebackers, no gain, 2nd and 10 from the 16.
And the pressure is really on the Oklahoma defense. Percentage-wise, they've done a great job against Nebraska, holding them to 91 yards in the first half. The Cornhuskers have straightened up their blocking assignments, and using this I set have been able to move much better here in the second half.
Second down and 10. Taggy, receivers covered. Mark Driscoll making the tackle at about the 11-yard line. Another 5-yard pickup as they just turn it out.
And a great move by Taggy. As you said, Chris, everyone was covered. Instead of hesitating and taking a loss, he was able to turn on the speed and move inside of Day, picking up that 5-yard gain instead of getting about a 4-yard loss.
Rusty Anderson, number 89, who goes to the far side as the split end, may have brought in a play. It's a double wing formation on 3rd and 5 at the 11 of Oklahoma. Here's the pass. Johnny Rogers, short of the Oklahoma goal line. John Shelley, number 33 in the dark jersey.
You've got to respect Rogers deep, and when you respect him deep, it's very easy for him to get open short. Look at him breaking to the outside here as he made the deep fake downfield.
Nebraska trying to cap a 61-yard drive as they now have a 1st and goal at the half-yard spot. It darkens here in Norman, Oklahoma, getting more overcast as Anderson goes to the left. Kenny and Dramkroger are the setbacks, and Taggy tries to go in. To credit the whole middle of the Oklahoma defense, including Raymond Hamilton.
A first down that close to the goal line, Chris. Many coaches don't believe there's any point in taking a chance on handing the ball to anyone else. The quarterback ought to be able to get it over from the first down on the 1-yard line.
Jerry Taggy, 215-pound, 6'2" quarterback from Green Bay, Wisconsin. 2nd and goal from the half. Jeff Kenny goes in. So Jeff Kenny has scored the last 2 touchdowns for Nebraska, going in from the half-yard spot. And the Cornhuskers take a 10-point lead, 27-17. Kenny now with 14 touchdowns for the year.
Taggy doing a good job, and the line doing a good job. It took a long, long time calling the snap count down there. The defense is ready to go, and the longer you make them freeze in position, and your men know when the ball is going to be snapped, the less likelihood there is that they can get off on the mark with you.
61-yard drive, 9 plays. Rich Sanger trying for the point after. Taggy holding. It's good. 3 minutes, 38 seconds remaining in the third quarter of play as the game of the year in college football being seen here on ABC with timeout to score. Nebraska 28, Oklahoma 17.
They say there's only so much one pair of hands can do. But no job is too big when you've got the skill, determination, and know how to handle it. That's where the Time Life Books Home Repair and Improvement Series comes in. With our hard-working books backing you up, the bigger the challenge, the better. Put kitchens and bathrooms to the test and see what we mean. It gives you all the expert advice you need to take on your kitchen. Clear color diagrams and simple instructions highlight every move you make and show you how to cut big remodeling jobs right down to size. Kitchen countertops and bathroom cabinets, feed pipes and drains, tubs and sinks, outlets and wiring, finishing touches. If you keep kitchens and bathrooms, you even get this 12-foot Stanley tape measure free, so everything fits just right. It all goes according to plan when you do it by the book. We engineered each volume the same way so you can master practically every job in the house. Redo the basement, add a deck, put in a bay window. Every book pulls its weight to help build up the value of your home. Call now to get kitchens and bathrooms for 15 days free. If you like it, we'll send you other books, one about every other month. Keep only those you want. Cancel anytime. Each book pays for itself the first job you do. Remember, you also receive this handy 12-foot Stanley tape measure free with purchase of your first book. Sure, the big jobs are a challenge, but with home repair and improvement on your side, you're ready for almost anything.
To examine kitchens and bathrooms free for 15 days, just call 1-800-241-6600. Keep it and pay just $10.99 plus shipping and handling. When you purchase kitchens and bathrooms, you'll also receive the Stanley tape measure as a free gift. So call now, 1-800-241-6600. That's 1-800-241-6600.
Here's the kick. Short again. Crosswhite looking at it, but stepping forward is number 40 for Oklahoma, Steve Dodd of Lindsay, Oklahoma. He is a sophomore. So will be Oklahoma trying to move the ball, which they must at this point of the game, from about their own 28. NBA basketball premieres on ABC tomorrow at 2 p.m. Eastern Time as the Baltimore Bullets take on the Atlanta Hawks from Atlanta, Georgia. And appearing for the first time as an expert commentator on our professional games of the week, Bill Russell. Jack Mildren stepping forward from his own 28. 45 is Terrio. And you see Glover again, number 79.
Oklahoma faking to Pruitt here. There's Glover driving Brahaney back, freeing himself from Brahaney. There's Pruitt coming in, trying to block him, and he still moves away from Pruitt out to Mildren. He is some football player.
Harrison 12. The split end comes to the near side of the field on 2nd and 5 for Oklahoma from their own 33. Glover says, oh no, to Tim Welch, number 45. Glover then joined by 250-pound Larry Jacobson, winner of the Outland Trophy as the outstanding lineman of the year, number 75.
I don't recall Chris ever seeing a middle guard that so dominates an offensive team as Glover. We had him against Colorado, and he played a magnificent game. And Brahaney is the All-American center, and he's handling Brahaney most of the time, getting through 1 or 2 blockers moving to the ball.
Just beyond the 33, it's a 3rd down and 5 for the Sooners, 2:29 to go in the third quarter. They trail by 11. And here is a pass thrown, and it is complete to John Harrison. Harrison trying to get away, can't. But Oklahoma has moved to the 15 of Nebraska. The pass thrown by John Harrison to Albert Chandler, number 82.
Let's take a look at it again. Harrison is the wide receiver at split end. Here he is coming back. The fake of the play was to the left of the screen. There's the lateral as he picked it off. Instead of having Pruitt pick it off, he was rushed. Chandler was open on the play. The ball a little underthrown, but Oklahoma has the first down.
A 41-yard play to the 16 of Nebraska. First down. The exciting wishbone. Mildren. Look at him pick his way between folks. Quick feet. Bob Terrio, 45, stopped him just inside the 10 at the 8. It's an 8-yard move, though, by Mildren, number 11, as the Oklahoma fans feel that
he was trying to twist his ankle.
There's the yardage situation, Bud.
Oklahoma getting very close to 400 yards. Nebraska having picked up most of their yardage here in the second half.
Which is unheard of, that much yardage against Nebraska. 2nd and 2. Mildren, his own number again, and it appears that he has the first down. First and goal to go. Oklahoma, Larry Jacobson, number 75, and 24, Bill Cush on the tackle. Mildren now has gained 101 yards rushing on 23 carries. He has scored 1 touchdown. He has thrown a touchdown to Harrison. So now it is 1st and goal with 1:05 to go in the 3rd quarter. The ball at the 3. No gain. Jacobson. Well, he's beginning to show why he's an All-American, number 75 in white, Bud.
He just kind of overpowered Tim Welch. The fake was to Welch, and he went in to try to hit Jacobson, but he didn't quite get far enough outside of him to cut him to the inside so that Mildren could keep going wide.
Clock running, as you see. Nebraska leading 28-17 after trailing in the ball game 21-17 at halftime. Touchdown, Jack Mildren. So the Boomer Sooners go marching from their own 28. A 72-yard drive in 7 plays, and what an exciting game, Bud.
Anytime they ring that scoreboard the way these two teams do, it's excitement all the way. Reminds me, Chris, in 1950 we played Nebraska here. We had Billy Vessels, they had Bobby Reynolds, and that score was 49-35.
Well, we're approaching that now because we have 28 seconds remaining in the 3rd quarter, and the kick by Carroll is up and good. A record-breaking crowd here. The last out was in 1957, Bud.
You're about to see how one super machine can take the place of a whole gym, and you won't believe the price. But first, give your mind a workout with this video fitness quiz. Tim's toning up with the remarkable Omni Gym. Would you say it performs 10 functions, 20, or 30? Answer over 30 exercises.
Use it as a bench press. Stand up for squats and pull-ups.
Women can trim down thighs and hips, firm buttocks, flatten tummies, reduce cellulite. The Omni Gym is a no-sweat $59.95. And it's yours with a 30-day guarantee of satisfaction.
So if over 30 exercises for just $59.95 sounds good to you, the only other question is, how do I order?
Call toll-free 1-800-346-5300. That's 1-800-346-5300. Use your credit card or send check or money order for $59.95 plus $9 shipping and handling to Omni Gym, Department 11, Canton, Ohio 44750.
Just joined us. Nebraska led at the end of the 1st quarter, 7-3. They trailed at halftime, 17-14. At the end of the 3rd quarter, they led 28-24. That's the score now, with Oklahoma getting a 1st and 10 at their own 45. And number 45, Tim Welch, a 190-pounder from Bowie, Texas, moves near midfield. Next February, the United States gets its first chance to host the World University Winter Games. Some 500 college athletes from 25 countries will be competing in Plattsburgh and beautiful Lake Placid, New York, for international honors in hockey, skating, and skiing. 2nd down and 5 for Oklahoma near midfield. And there is the first opportunity to see the speed of Greg Pruitt. What a play, Bud.
There's the counter option. Let's watch it again. Mildren finally got him to close on him where he could get the ball out to Pruitt for the first time this afternoon. Let's look at it again. Here's Pruitt, a little counter step. Mildren goes to defense, and when he gets it, he can turn it on just like Johnny Rogers.
Greg Pruitt, his biggest day rushing this year was 294 yards in a game, and as you saw, he has fantastic acceleration. So at the 33 of Nebraska now, following the 17-yard gain, Mildren keeps, and Jacobson is on top of him. And on the bottom, he had some help, too, from 51, Jim Branch of Chicago, Illinois. A gain of 2 to the 31, second down and 8. Mildren, 4 of 6 completions for 1 touchdown, 67%, 122 yards. He's rushed it 27 times, 117 yards, and he has scored a touchdown. In fact, he scored 2. Second and 8. And Welsh finds the toughness of the Nebraska defense.
And with time running out, we're getting in those critical situations. We've got third down and a long 5.
Yes, it is a long 5. It's more like 6.
Yes, it is.
Welsh playing the fullback position for Oklahoma. As a result, Crosswhite got some bruises early. He's been in and out of the lineup. We have Harrison to the near side on 3rd and 5. Mildren. And it's Welsh. Battles, but is short about 1.5 yards of the first down, bringing up 4th down. Jim Branch on the tackle. And now listen to the coaches in the stands. The
this
fans.
time there's going to be no disagreement between the coaches on the bench and the coaches in the stands. Oklahoma's going to go for it.
They need almost 2 yards. 8:51 to go in the ball game as Oklahoma trails by 4. The wishbone offense with Harrison split at the bottom of your screen, number 12.
Gotta go wide, I think.
And there's the first down by the bread and butter man, Jack Mildren.
That was a good idea to come back with the next related play to the one that breaks for long yardage. That was the counter option. Mildren, instead of pitching to Pruitt, felt that they would be drifting to cover Pruitt, kept it himself for the first down.
And he moved it to the 21-yard line. The Abilene, Texas native, senior Jack Mildren. There you see the Nebraska defense, which includes Atkins, Jacobson, Terrio, Glover, Branch, Jansen, Harper up front. Mason, Cush, Blayhawk, and Anderson in the secondary. And up front, they were tough on Welsh, number 45. Very little gain, as you see the clock running. 28-24, Oklahoma has to penetrate the Nebraska end zone. Oklahoma with 61 rushes for 280 yards. Coming into this game, they averaged 481 yards. Now it's a second down and 9. And Pruitt doesn't have an opportunity to get his head down and go. He's usually in an upright position when he runs into those big Nebraska defenders. Mason, however, the monster man, joined Jacobson on the tackle at about the 17-yard line.
And you keep wondering, when is Oklahoma going to throw it? Because the defense stays up very tight against this powerful running attack.
Pruitt, 10 carries, 49 yards. He's in the wishbone on the right-hand side, number 30 of the 2 deep men. 3rd and 6. And knocked away on a beautiful play. Number 18, Jim Anderson, a senior from Green Bay. It was intended for Albert Chandler.
Chandler was open. Mildren underthrew it slightly.
4th down and 6 for Oklahoma with 7 minutes, 14 seconds to go. Nebraska leading 28-24.
What play do you call here, Chris?
Well, you're the coach, Bud. You did so well here for so many years.
It's going to be a running fake. I believe that we may run the basic option or a pass off the fake.
They need 6 yards. Mildren busting one out here to a man who's open. It's a touchdown. Oklahoma leads. In 11 plays, and Jack Mildren has thrown his second touchdown pass to Harrison, John Harrison, also from Abilene, Texas. So the Abilene boys really shot them down that time. And we have 7:10 to go, and now we have Carroll trying for the point after, and Oklahoma ups the count. They have a 31-28 margin at this moment. The game for number one will continue here on ABC in a moment. The score, Oklahoma 31, Nebraska 28.
Was this the game of the century as far as you're concerned?
Oh, I think there's no question.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Going into it, we didn't realize, we knew it was going to be a big game, but I don't think we realized that it would take on the dimensions that it's taken on after the year was over with. Because I think during that whole game, both teams played as well as they could play. There was one offsides penalty. I think it was against Dick Rupert, 3rd and 2. I think he jumped offsides, and we had to punt
We
after
cheated.
that.
Once.
Once. But both teams played as well as they could possibly play, and somebody won. And I think that's the most important thing.
Well, at that time, back in 1971 with the build-up, it was an unusual build-up, number one, number two, the entire season, and people followed it. The wishbone was something new. We had Johnny Rogers. He was, the best ball player probably
As
in the country.
exciting as any college back I've ever seen.
So at that point, and the teams were so balanced, so even, and field position really didn't make any difference when you get a game of that caliber. So it was a very, very big game, and it was, and as a player, you love it. We all like that recognition and the hype, and we just kind of had fun with it.
Avoid the Noid with the Domino's Pizza Guarantee. We guarantee your pizza will be delivered within 30 minutes, or you get $3 off your order. Guaranteed. And we guarantee your pizza will taste great. If you're not satisfied with your pizza, we'll replace it or refund your money. Only our pizza is guaranteed to avoid the Noid. Domino's Pizza delivers. Call now.
If you watch one event this fall, watch the Breeders' Cup, the championship of thoroughbred racing. See it live this Saturday. Check local listings for the time and station in your area.
A close battle between the two top-ranked teams in the country. 2:20 to go. Second down, goal to go at the Oklahoma 6. Nebraska trailing by 3, 31-28. Going to the far side as a split end is Woody Cox. In the slot I formation, Jerry Taggy, number 14, call signal. What a man to stop. Jeff Kenny, a fumble. And Oklahoma players say that they've recovered it, but the officials say no.
Let's watch it again. Kenny, the ball carrier, I formation, power. Olds blocking ahead of him. He moves outside of the block. He's hit. There's the grab for the ball. He fights through the man. He still's got good possession of the ball. His knee is on the ground now. He is on the ground now.
Third and goal from the 2. What pressure on the Oklahoma defense. Not to be denied, Jeff Kenny, his 3rd touchdown of the afternoon. And Nebraska has regained the lead, 34-31. Wow, hope you're enjoying this game. It's one of many here on ABC over a 7-day period. We have more to come, including a game tonight, Georgia Tech. Then on Saturday, Army-Navy, to be followed by the Battle of the Unbeatens, Auburn-Alabama.
And 1:38 remaining.
Rick Sanger will try the point after, with the score being 34-31. Total of 65 points scored out here this afternoon. The kick is up and good. A beautiful drive of 74 sustained yards. 12 plays.
Watch the touchdown again. I formation. Olds leading Kenny in. Kroger, not Olds. Sorry. And he makes a great block. Beautiful, beautiful block on the Oklahoma defensive end, opening it up for Kinney to drive it clearly across the goal line for the Nebraska touchdown.
But he is one of the truly power runners that we've seen in college football in our NCAA series, which has covered 6 years. Wouldn't you agree?
I certainly would. 6'2", 210, and he's got burning determination.
Now, 2 good kick returners are deep for Oklahoma.
Bob Devaney has got a choice here, too, Chris. You can spin kick it. You know that there won't be a return, but you've got a wind at your back, and maybe if you catch it just right, you can kick it out of the end zone. If you don't, though, you've got Wiley and Pruitt back there.
Wiley 22, Pruitt number 30. This is the time that Pruitt would like to show his speed. He hasn't had much chance today. This time it's picked up, whoops, by Wiley. Wiley finds a hole, but is up and down at the 20-yard line. Coming up immediately following our game, the Prudential College scoreboard with Bud Palmer and Merle Harmon. Scores and highlights of other games being played here on this holiday, which we hope is a pleasant one for all of you, and that this game has helped make it so.
Oklahoma scored in 55 seconds right before the first half. They've got almost twice as much time left in this half.
They have to move it from their own 19 with a 1st and 10. And Milgren immediately wants to go to the air, throwing it long. Oh, Harrison had his man beaten, but the pass was overthrown. 27, Joel Blahak of Columbus, Nebraska, was covering Harrison on the play. Jack Milgren disappointed as a 2nd down and 10 comes up now. On the clock, 1:28.
And you're always debating, you know, they're going to be thinking pass, and they're going to ignore the running fake slightly. Maybe they'll give Pruitt a little running room.
A 4-point lead by Nebraska. Last time Oklahoma was defeated, 28-21 last year by Nebraska. 2nd and 10 for the Sooners. Milgren. And Milgren is near the sideline after about a 4-yard gain. Bill Jansen forcing him out, number 55. Joined by 81, Willie Harper. Ball near the 23, the hash mark, so it'll be a 3rd down and 6. And a big one. Milgren, 30 carries, 139 yards rushing. Threw a touchdown pass, scored 2 himself. Now trailing by 4, 1:21 to go. And the #1 defensive unit in the nation, led by Larry Jacobson, number 75, throw Milgren for the loss inside the 15-yard line, bringing up 4th down and about 14 with 1:14 to go, Bud.
And Nebraska one snap from maintaining the #1 rating and defending their national championship.
One way to find a job is to look in publications. Lots of publications.
Any luck?
Well, I've got newspapers, magazines, trade papers,
Find anything yet?
newsletters, phone books, you name it.
There's a better way to find a better job.
Honey, look at this.
The National Business Employment Weekly.
It's published by the Wall Street Journal. It lists hundreds of high-paying jobs all across the country.
Now, what about managerial jobs?
Managerial, professional, technical, sales like mine. It even has articles on interviewing, writing a better resume, and how to succeed once you get the job.
What am I doing with all of these now that I have the National Business Employment Weekly?
Pick up the National Business Employment Weekly at a newsstand or call 800-372-3000 and receive 8 issues by first-class mail for only $35. 800-372-3000. The National Business Employment Weekly.
Don't make a career move without it.
Well, I think as we get older, we sometimes look back on the good old days and perhaps inflate the enjoyment of certain things that have happened in our life. But I can honestly say that was the greatest football game I've ever seen. And there was a Nebraska announcer by the name of Lyle Bremser, who had been the voice of the Nebraska Cornhuskers for years. And I remember Lyle Bremser said when the game was over, he said, "Good Lord, if you're going to take me now, for I've seen it all."
The final score that day, Nebraska 35, Oklahoma 31. But the score only represented a small portion of what went on that day here in Norman, Oklahoma. November 25th, 1971, the day the game of the century was played.